Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for Wednesday, the 17th of August, 2022. I guess we're getting on towards 5:30, 5:20 or so p.m. Central Time, a little early today. Let's talk about these markets. What do we have? You know, the Fed minutes came out today, and when you look at them, I didn't get the walk away with the idea that the Feds are going to be super hawkish. That doesn't mean they're going to be super dovish. I think that there's fights within the Fed in reading those minutes. Yeah, they all voted for the 75-point hike, but going forward, do we get real aggressive? Do we get scared that we're getting so aggressive we're going to tip the economy over? That's pretty much what I walked away with, those schools of thought. I think we'll get a clearer, not completely clear, but clearer picture August 25th. Why? That's when the Jackson Hole Symposium takes place. That's the central banker meeting, and everybody talks to the reporters. They talk to other central bankers. They talk amongst themselves, and then they talk. And we're going to get a lot of information. That's what I'd be focused on. Right now, if you watch different newspapers, they talk about this package that was just passed by the Democrats and how it's inflation. Yet we get the budget office saying, no, it pays for itself. I don't know what's real with that. I think we wait and we have to see. So, as you can see behind me, tonight we've got a lot of green. That's what I'm seeing. A bit down in the crude right over here, but the gasoline's holding up. That's probably more noise than anything else. Bonds and notes, trying to figure out what this all meant. So when I look at the gold market, I was hoping it would get up to 1850, and it was a miserable failure. It still, as you can see, has these lower high peaks, lower and low. Still very much in the bear camp. You get to see that to a degree how we rolled over on the charts, and we do have the pattern on the swing line of lower highs and lower lows. To break that pattern, you'd have to get right now over 18, 19, 10 in the D-scope. I don't see that occurring, and even if it did, on this pattern, you'd end up with a higher high, lower low, no setup. Okay, so where's the market's battle? Probably right here where it's fighting now, the 18-day moving average. What do I teach you about it? That's your line in the sand. Markets like to go to that average to figure out what to do next. If the market lets go from here and can't put on a rally and decides not to stall out at this average, well, the very next support, 1742.20, which is the lower Bollinger Band, but momentum's not in that favor. It's sort of oversold already, so I don't know that you're going to get anybody really pushing on it with these set of fundamentals right now. The gold-silver ratio, I told you the other day what was going on. We've been talking each day through here, and what's taken place, this is, let's go back to right through here. This is the day I wanted, Monday. If you start taking out this peak, you might get a rally towards the 18-day average, which would mean silver's losing relative to gold. Each time you climb this ladder, you're needing more ounces of silver, the so many ounces of silver, to get 1 ounce of gold. So as I'm watching the market, you can see what it did. It sort of went there, and now it too probably has a battle to fight right against that average to see exactly what's going to be next. We then get to the SEP silver, and you can see you had a higher high, you immediately fell. What number are you fighting against for the past 2 days? 18-day average. Would I be surprised today that you rallied back to it? It's 30 cents away, but it could easily happen. If it decides to let go, it's already oversold. I don't think you're going to attract a lot of new money. It could drop to the lower band, but being that oversold, I think you're in the middle of no man's land, which fits in with so many traders gone at this time of the year. The copper market was a classic look at how the Bollinger Bands work and retain a market. The suckers would buy over that. The pros are buying on pullbacks. Now, in my enhanced Bollinger Band course, when you're embedded especially, there's a moving average I do not show here. And it is your entry point on pullbacks. There's a set of rules, though. It's not just hitting it. There's a set of rules with it. If you take the course, you learn them, and I think it is something that will stick with you, I have to tell you, your whole trading career. It really opens the eyes up for traders as to where this is at. And I think so many pros use Bollinger Bands, but I put a twist on it that I think will help. In any case, when you lose an embedded reading, let me walk you right into this. Here you go. You're embedded. If you lose it, the odds are you're going back to the 18-day average of closes. I think that's what you're working on right now. Wouldn't surprise me that it wants to get there. The next chart's the platinum. When you lost the embedded reading, right into those two key averages, especially the 18. The palladium, embedded reading, I don't know, let's make sure and see. I'll prove what I teach. Will allow me to do it. Yeah, it's going to. Okay, let me just catch up here, and here we go. Okay, first day where both numbers are over 80. You can't deny that. Second, both numbers over 80. Third, if you lose the embedded reading, the odds are strong that you're going to make a run for the lowest, or the closest, I should say, main moving average. Watch. That's worth, to me, an awful lot. Regular chart's going, oh, it's a correction. I'm going, no, I know where it's going or should go. Maybe that's the proper grammar. And now I got to figure out, what do I do from there? And that's exactly what this market is doing. Where did it go? To the 18-day average, that line in the sand, and it's trying to figure out, gee, what do I do next with this market? The dollar is void of trends. You have a lower low, higher high, and I think you're just caught in between the Bollinger Bands and really going nowhere at this point. So as you can see, I continue to put so much emphasis on my enhanced Bollinger Bands for a reason, what they provide. Would you like to learn more about it? Watch this.